yours. And I want you to be a part of this discussion here on Showbiz Daily, live on Sammy Flex TV. My name is Sammy Flex, and the gentlemen are also gathered seated for us to do our thing. Bas is back with more blessings because he just got some spiritual fortification. Uh-huh. Spiritual fortification after 30 days of fasting and prayers and clapping and kneeling and foreheading on the ground and all. Now all is over. Man is back. Charlie, how was it? Fasting 30 days.
Fasting 29 days this year.
Why? You guys cheated God.
No, we do 29 and 30, depending on the lunar calendar.
Oh, so it's not actually like a strict 30 days.
No.
Can be 30 days or less.
Or less by one, just by one.
Can it be more too?
No, it can't be more. So you can't do it. No, they're over there.
No, so it means that person he did not do some during the 30 days. I hear some people, if they are not able to do all the 30 days, they will add it up.
Naturally, in Islam, Muslim women, they meet at least three
because of their
4 or 6 because of their menstruation.
Okay.
So after Ramadan, like a week or 2 after, you can start paying for that.
For the debt.
Yes.
Wow. So now spiritually you are fortified.
Inshallah.
Yeah. I'm sure that's the reason you brought the the rice.
Yes. We call it shinkafa.
Shinkafa. Oh, okay. But
this
is not a big one.
No. This is the small one.
So this one you kill
chicken.
Small. Chicken. Then a big one you kill the goat and the cow.
And the sheep.
Well, so in the office we have enjoyed our shinkafa. So if you see our stomachs looking bulky, it's not as if we don't train. We train. We have curry people, but if you just finish eating shinkafa from fasting, then you should know that we are sorted. And interestingly, when it comes to this fasting, we cheat them because we don't fast, but when they finish, then we change their meat. We don't fast, but when they are done, then we change their meat to chew. Yeah, we help them to chew the meat, but that's fine. And Regan is also here. He is the road manager for Wendy. She also a journalist about himself, is a marketing person, an event person. And also, he is the guy in charge of the Elevate GH Sammy Flex TV collaboration for music videos. He tells me people are calling, but they call with other troubles. We are shooting quality and affordable videos for you. After that, we can talk about your issues. That is, if you want us to do that. Are you now part of Square Sisters management team?
Yes, I'm part of. I would say we are part of the management team. Yes.
Yes.
No. We means basically. There's Linux Consult.
Okay.
Yes, they are.
And who owns that? Who owns the Linux?
Niyama.
Oh, yes. Okay.
We did the same project with him with Asamoah. Launching their book and everything. So you have a couple of celebrities or legends that he likes to honor. So surely borrowing from the experience of Paimuka. So I bring that onto the Asamoah and now onto the Togo Sisters.
Okay. God, other day I heard you were doing some 1 or 2 for that 8.
Yes.
Abbas is fasting, and how come he's still doing Christian stuff?
Yes.
Okay, so now we consider you a part of them.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. We are waiting for your 40th anniversary concert, Tego Sisters as well. So you guys should wait for it. Let me also say big shout outs to Roland Amate. Roland Amate is also a talent manager. He's also an event publicist and one of our pundits here on Showbiz Daily. Also to Digital Rasta Currency, who is handling our camera. Richie Flex is the editor director of the show. If you are watching, remember to share this with your friends and colleagues. And also put down your comments. Be part of those who are commenting for future sake. Top Send is still a supporter of this platform. And all the people who have been sending us money, everybody uses Tap Send. So if you are not using Tap Send, then you are missing something big. Get Tap Send on your phone if you're living abroad, UK, US, Europe, everywhere. And the good thing is that when you are a first-time user and you use the promo code SammyFlex, you get some $10, £5 or €5 in your wallet for you to even add up to the people you are sending. Now open your way. Look sharp. Tap Send is the best on the market now. Now, to start with, let's start with some light. Sarkodie is really not relenting on his efforts when he mentioned that he is about to do a world tour. The last time he shared the places or the stops in Europe, and now the latest one will be the stops in America. And I'm so happy because I know we are doing a world tour. Even in Ghana, I can even start from Ghana. They'll say we are doing a nationwide tour. They'll do Greater Accra, they do Kumasi, probably Tunyanibo, Tamale or Takrade, na Asi. Asi, national tour, no Asi. Nothing happens again. So when I also saw Sarkodie posting flyers of the UK one, the Europe one, I said, hey, maybe after Europe, world Nessie. But now, start seeing the American one, no man is really bent at it, doing the world tour for his album called the Jams album. And this has been the normal practice at the moment. Every artist who releases a project, right after the project, they tour with it. For example, Burna Boy, he's not done even touring. He's still touring, making more money out of the project. But we don't see it like that. So when I saw Sarkodie really keeping to his word, I said, oh, this deserves some commendation. Because the Europe one, I think most of the dates are in May. So from next month, he'll be doing the Europe one. Sometimes even one day, back, like fifth, sixth, seventh, back to back. And after that, he goes to America to do it. And I said, wow, Sarkodie really means this. And I want us to commend him for this gesture because it's not easy. So many things can pull you back, but man is doing. Nana, what do you say to Sark to the promise of doing a world tour?
Let me first say that I really like it when I come on the platform and you add that journalism bit to my
Profile.
profile.
Why?
These days, honestly, I'm finding it difficult sharing my opinion on certain topics because people have now, it looks like people are now identifying me or have come to accept that I am a road manager of another artist, and for that matter, sometimes when we are talking, they understanding. But I still want to tell people that I'm still an entertainment journalist.
Nana, let me support you with the thing. You see me, I can make. I put myself there, but I'm not gonna have to from surgery. Maybe I'm going to hold the brother.
They have to come around and everything.
Ask them and see
what they are still journalists, we will still be sharing our opinion.
Of course.
If I'm on platforms like this, if I am here because of Wendy Shea, I mean, Sammy will introduce it like that.
Yeah.
But anytime I'm on platforms like this, I am here as entertainment.
They don't get it.
Worry. They are worried. Write certain comments somewhere. It's funny to me. So I just, before I'll react or come in to attack them too, I just need people to understand. So, Rasami, I think Sarkodie is doing something fantastic. I mean, something that we have all wished that all our artists will do. And we've been talking about some of these things over the past years. I'm a bit, know if I should give Sarkodie some flowers for this because I wish he could have also waited for all media guys to go to an Europe or American tour before they listen to some of these comments and even what I'm saying is that I wish that Sarkodie would have waited for Ghanaian media to go on an Europe tour with their, because the Ghanaian media have been telling Ghanaian musicians to do some of these things, and some of them receive such messages or such criticisms as hate talk or something that is giving them pressure. So it is in the same fit that he came to tell Ghanaian media that if you want me to win the Grammys, you need to go to BBC. Okay. So I am just saying that I just wish that he would have sat down with his hands folded in between his leg and wait for Ghanaian media to also certain Europe tours or American tours before he can start some of these things.
Okay.
Because I am saying that me can't deal with the Ghanaian musician be any follower of any Ghanaian artist say. When we sit behind microphones and we are sharing our opinions or criticizing or making whatever remarks about your works and other things, it is not born out of hatred.
Yeah. Okay. There's one topic which will hover around what you
What
are
I'm
talking about.
saying.
Yeah.
It is not, because this is what everybody wants to see.
Because of that topic, don't say much there.
I shouldn't say much.
Yeah,
Okay,
because else
I'll
you repeat yourself. Yeah.
I'll reserve some of it.
Exactly.
So it is beautiful if we are going to see all our artists embark on tours like this. Then we can have something. We will be receiving certain achievements, and it will even come back to right now. Sarkodie is going for the American tour. You know the employment he will be creating.
Yeah.
Both in America and in Ghana.
The other time he went with the whole band.
You understand?
A whole band. I'm sure he'll be going with the same band. I want to believe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Or
sometimes
maybe
when we are pushing them
guys.
to do some of this, it's not like, so this is a good one. Every artist should emulate what Sarkodie is doing. If we are all going to do that, now through some of these things, somebody will get somewhere, and then he will also go and create a network or a connect to help another upcoming Ghanaian artist, and then we'll be exploring, or our space will be becoming expanded. And so it is good. It is very, very good, and we need to commend it for it.
Well, Abbas, go through it. Commendation.
Brasami. Assalamu alaikum to all of you. Those of you in the studio and also those at home. The moment I saw this, to me, it's not extra. It's something he should have done some years ago.
But he's about to do it.
Yes. So, to me, it doesn't tickle my fantasy. Like, I just feel like it is normal thing. It is long overdue.
And it is not normal.
It's not normal.
Yeah.
No, Abbas, it is not
It's
normal.
not normal.
No, I agree if you say, oh, you were even expecting to have done it long ago. That is fine. But to say it is normal,
Normal, it's not normal.
it is not.
The Kumasi talk is not normal.
Even if you have to do it in Ghana, it's
not normal.
Do you know why sometimes it becomes difficult? Okay.
Abbas, what's up?
An artist want to tour Europe, right? He puts it out there. I've had two cases. So no name mentioning.
Okay.
So let me start an example of the Ghana one that happened. An artist called that, oh, we want to reach out to the entire Ghana. I always tell people that any whole village coded ones. No, I have certain connects there. So the moment you put, and I put it on my status, Obi Frere, or I call the people. Now I can close my eyes and tell you that from the south of Ghana to the northeast west of Ghana, I have at least one joint whom I know somebody there.
Okay.
Now, for example, Widiba, Kings and Queens is not ready to host an artist, but he has the space, he has the numbers. But you're a big name. You want to tour the whole Ghana, then you approach me, or you say it. I saw it, like the way you say you do what tour. Then I say, me, Abbas, what tour I can plug you in Sefi, in this, that. But this is my formula. Partnership will do from your side to your side. The first thing the artists tell you, what is their budget? They say, so what was your intention of putting it out there? Because certain things that could have fast-tracked things for you. I'm saying this in the background that they will get the Nigerians coming into Ghana, or Ghana more than them. Because Nigerians have come in, like they just say, we are coming to Ghana, bloggers. I enter, go Labadi Beach, go this, go that, go that. For them, they do partnership. There used to be a club in Asalam Dam. Something in building, the down. Awuda. That and Vienna City. When the former manager, Rahim, sees It's just a phone call. Caesar will call the whole Ghana City, Accra, Takrady, Kumasi, and you plug an artist here and there. You just let the artist, Charlie, this. There are times that when you even finish logging and they see how the marketing and how you are pushing, you just say, oh, Charlie, let's give him additional this, additional that, additional that. The percentage and everything is very encouraging. But nowadays, when you tell talents, they are not, you don't know, in their mind, they themselves, this is what I feel, like they themselves feel like they are not going to sell. So they want to charge you upfront. The money that you could use to do publicity, movement, and everything for them, you would rather be investing in them. So me, that I'm somebody who is probably a connect or a road person who can actually use my own money, energy to go do that connect down. I'm also waiting at the end of the day. Out of you, there we go. Then plug the other person, there we go. No. And you are asking me to bring you money. So when I say it's overwhelming, do you know Rema is either done with the India tour or is now about doing India tour?
Yeah, I heard about that.
You get me?
Yeah.
So if Rema, that, for example, in my head, that kid, small kid is entering India, they are entering into certain country, and the Nigerians, the way they plug, it shocks you. Like they challenge, just go ahead. We are there, and you give them the materials, they post it, they do whatever they need to do. So imagine there are Ghanaian community almost everywhere in the world, and there are even people who are not Ghanaian community. Because I always say to people, when I talk about Sarkodie, Stoneboy, Shatta, I'm passionate because, especially Sarkodie, because I've been in spaces that I've used Sarkodie name to chop. Just being a Ghanaian and it's Sarkodie, they'll give you certain level. They give you, is that because I don't drink bottles? Like I'll tell you, I would have benefits a lot. Even some girls tell you that when you show, oh, this is Sarkodie's manager, this is this, oh, this is how we do it, or they see you with that person, you get certain free bonus. So you see, when you enter Nigeria, Kenya, certain country, you get that advantage. And I've seen foreigners who are not the Americans or the Europeans who gel to these things. So if that person is doing this at now, and we are all praising him, that's what I mean. The Ghanaian musician or the Ghanaian superstar have a spirit of relaxation in them. They don't see that energy like those days where the VIP move, the TikTok move. If TikTok had not entered Nigeria, how many of them will enter? And now, when helicopter was dead, those days and VIP were on helicopter, if they were moving with that energy, hoping to be Danny superstar all the time. But that energy needs to be there.
I get it, but can we say better late than never?
Yes.
Like we've been saying.
Yes, better late than never, but there's no need for pampering them.
Okay.
Because what I see even on the list,
because even the A-listers, it is not all of them doing it.
Yes.
At least we've seen Sarkodie.
Yes.
How about Stoneboy?
Yes.
Maybe after his album, he will do it. How about Shatta? What has he also been able to do with the Mali album?
Yes.
So many of them.
So that's what I'm saying. We need to now start probing into it, why they are delaying. And I'm telling you.
You have not gone, like the American said earlier. Don't come and tell us to go.
No, I'm telling you. That's why we say, look, good opportunities for people. Okay. There are certain legs that open opportunities for people. Sarkodie going to Europe. How many of the media people did he even engage? But I want everybody to talk about it, post about it. There are things that Nana Reagan, as a journalist, can do as part of that talk. As he for him to say, "Yeah, on to me, somebody will just dedicate." Nigerians, they go, they give you a rider. There's a journalist on the rider. There's a lawyer on the rider. There's chopman on the rider. For security. And they are touring the world with these people. And these people and their family are chopping. So if they do Europe, okay, Brasam, quick one. If you do Europe and you do US, the truth is just like you have done Kumasi and Accra. Do Asia. Specific. Do certain area. Just obi free Accra or see or no your promotion. One from now was an or your promotion.
Okay, so let him finish with the American tour. Maybe after the American tour, you will see if he will be going to some other continent as well. Yeah, Roland, what do you also have to say about this?
Eddie,
Sarkodie abre. Amre, your person economy. Their bus person Yanson Kuni.
That's it. I think say Abbas long and short thing and say Ghanaian artists don't like partnership. They be mommy be no and a young moya. And that is what Abbas is saying.
Well, they are hot, but can
is-
we blame them?
Well, anything American,
Because if you look at both sides,
he has a point.
they all have their deficiencies.
Of course, he has a point. But the truth of the matter is sometimes also the way our system is being run here, it is very difficult for people to take certain risk. And especially when we are to open this conversation up and say, okay, what are your deficiencies? These are my deficiencies. Yeah, but we say, under normal circumstances, okay, now it's now one place. Because you shared there, some of the promoters, they are artists. They shared there, some of the artists, they are promoters. That's why I mean this conversation, like we will end it and sit at one place because at the end of the day, nobody's going to trust anybody again. But all the same, we will still do the work of God by entertaining the people. Me, I'll congratulate Sarkodie. In this space, it is more or less like a jungle. Me, I always compare our space. I always do this comparison with our space. It is just like somebody going to Alpha Beta and somebody going to school at Fabodi and they are all writing the same examination. And unfortunately, the Ghanaian system is like the person going to Fabodi because the incentives, the things that are going to aid you for you to have a very good career, it's not there. It's not there. So if today Sarkodie is crying that Charlie, some of you people should also go to BBC and the likes. Me, I want to see it in a good light rather than seeing it as a shot. Because the same way we would want them to elevate to a certain level, it's the same way we should also elevate to that level. Sammy, it is true. It is what Sarkodie said. It gets lonely out there. Like imagine yourself going to a space whereby you know virtually nobody there.
Recently, did you hear what Kevin Hart said? He said it is boring when you are the only one who is making money and your friends are not making money.
Sammy, it is boring and sad.
He said
it is true.
Kevin Hart says it is boring when you are the only one making money and your friends are not making money.
And you know the truth of the matter is saying it is sometimes it is difficult for you to also go down there and reach out to them. It is difficult because if you don't take care, you might drown with them. And that is the scary part. Me, for in this jungle, whoever tries hard to stick their neck out to get some briefing small in Ghana or outside Ghana, I always would want to commend the person because it is not easy for Sarkodie to line up this. Then it means guy has gone way beyond his reach. Guy has gone way beyond his measures to make sure that yes, some of these things, some people are saying, my brothers are saying it is late, but it is better late than never because these are people that are literally doing things on their own. Whatever decision that comes with all these things, they are the final sayers. And sometimes the burden of it, even on your head, is so difficult that if you don't take care, you might spoil everything. So for Sarkodie to make some of these decisions, me, I will say congratulations to him. We wish him well because whichever win that will come out of this, some of the glory will definitely split on us and we will also enjoy. All the same, I would just encourage him to also not forget the base of where he's coming from. He should make sure that whatever connects that he's building, he should have it at the back of his mind that as much as he is growing, and he would wish the other people to grow, that is the media that he's talking about, or the people that he feels can help him connect there. He should try and at least try to elevate certain people in the space so that at the end of the day, they can also get some good standings, if not to help him, Sarkodie, help the others like he would wish. So it is a good deal. It is a very beautiful deal to see Sarkodie tour like this. It is our wish to see Sarkodie doing this, and just like we have DJ Abrantie do for him in America, we would wish in UK. Thank you. We would wish that at least We have another Ghanaian also in Europe. We have another Ghanaian in America. We have another Ghanaian in Asia.
In America, he has TM Entertainment.
Okay.
Terry Mason.
Yes, so we wish that at least Asia or then continent, we have one Ghanaian there so that they can plug. We say Nigerians are invading our space. It is not as if they come here and employ our people direct. No, they have their people planted here even before to monitor the works that they are even giving to you. And that is how it works. So me, I will say congratulations to him, and Charlie, he shouldn't forget if he has the opportunity, he should also elevate somebody so that in the near future we can all grow.
Well, thank you. Because I said Nana Reagan should hold on some fire, I don't want the fire to be kept for a longer time, else it will cool. So let's go straight to that one. One of our female pundits, Alice, who has been writing as well, shared a write-up on her timeline on Facebook. And after reading it, I said, okay, there are so many talents who think like Alice is thinking, including even sometimes fans. Some fans of musicians think like Alice is thinking. What is Alice thinking about? Richie, you can push that on this so everybody gets to see what we are talking about. So this is what she wrote. It says, music critics. The top one is cut, so let me be sure what it is saying. Maybe I can look at it from here. It says music critics. Oh, I'm coming.
There's a harm to the
music industry. Yes, that's it.
A question.
Music critics harm to the music industry. A question. Now, let's pay attention to what she wrote, and we come back to discuss it. And Nana Reagan started from there succinctly, so I'm sure it will fall into place right that way. She says, quite recently, an entertainment pundit made a remark about an artist about their music performing filthily. When questioned about how harsh his comments were, he sounded careless. I believe Ghana's music industry has been growing rapidly in recent years, with many talented artists emerging and gaining international recognition. However, the industry is not without its challenges, one of which is the harmful impact of music critics. While constructive criticism can be helpful for artists to improve their craft, some music critics are overly harsh and negative in their reviews. This can discourage artists and even lead to the downfall of their careers. Some critics have been accused of accepting bribes from record labels or rival artists to write negative reviews about certain musicians, still investigating though. If it is for a fact, then this unethical behavior not only harms the targeted artist, but also undermines the integrity of the entire industry. These negative reviews can discourage potential investors from supporting Ghana's music industry, leading to a loss in revenue and opportunities for growth. Finally, while criticism is necessary for improvement and growth in the industry, it should be done constructively and ethically. Ghana's music critics must strive to support and uplift local talent rather than tear them down for personal gain. And this is a write-up coming from Alice. Like I said earlier, Alice is a music critic. She is a pundit. She has been joining us on Class Showbiz for us to be doing our thing. So to those who have been watching some of our episodes from Class Showbiz, you saw her there. So what she's saying is that music critics like Abbas, Nana Reagan, Roland Amate, and the rest on other platforms, sometimes they discourage artists with their reviews. According to her, sometimes you guys are overly harsh with your commentary, oftentimes negative. Is this true? Are we sometimes negative with our reviews as music critics, as pundits, as entertainment reviewers, and more? Roland, continue from there, and I will speak finally on that.
That's Sammy. It is partly true. Oh yes, it is partly true.
We are guilty, huh?
Of course. We can't lie to ourselves unless we want to play we want to defend blindly. then we would say it is not true. But when you look at it carefully, you realize that it is partly true. You know, it is part of the hazards in the field that we find ourselves. Same way there are quack doctors, fake pastors, corrupt politicians, corrupt policemen, and all that. It is the same way we have the bad nuts even in our space. And so when you look at what she's saying, it is true. Whilst some are trying their best to make sure, yes, for seeing some comments as overly harsh and negative, sometimes it is subjective. But then I also believe that when you look at the person who is speaking, the track record of the person, the credentials of the person also matters in how you receive the message. Some people, you may see them or you may think their comments are overly harsh because maybe you don't like them. But if you should put whatever they are saying on a scale and weigh it, you might find some truth in there. Yes. So sometimes some people would want to, because of the messenger, would want to discard the message and say your message is very harsh and it is putting me down or it is a hate comment. That is aside. But there are some people also that will tell you the truth no matter what. You might not find it tasteful. But when you check what they usually say or what they do in the space, you would later find out or realize that these people's comments are not coming out of hate or out of the fact that they don't like you.
They never meant harm.
Of course. And that is it. But some people also, we know. You see, we can't say we don't know. We know. Some people play this particular game in that light. Some do it just for clout. Some do it because they have some external motivation to make sure some people go down. It is true. We have pundits and entertainment people in this space whose sole aim is to make sure some people lose for their favorite to win. It is true. It is very, 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 very true. Some people would go like, oh, why you lucky so the farm me come. Until you are one of my untouchables. So I will let you go.
Untouchable.
Yes, you are one of my untouchables. So I will let you go. And I ask myself, okay, even if you want to be that biased, what stops you from somebody that is able to reveal your flaws and give you solution to your flaws is what I always look out for. Not somebody that will come and paint your flaws only without giving you solution
and pamper you.
Of course, there are some people and people who also come always singing your praise without seeing any flaw in the things you do. It's also very, very scary. And it goes both ways in what she's saying.
Okay.
People would receive certain, your friend say, incentives and bribes and go and speak negative about people. That is the same way some people, out of the fact that they are being fed on certain quarters, would want to always be singing praise. Meanwhile, they know whatever you are doing is harmful and is going to hurt you. So whatever Alice said is true, it is apt. The only thing is for us as critics to also learn and try to improve. Because sometimes that is one of the reasons why some of these people would want to see us as haters and sometimes don't even regard us.
Yeah.
Because when you don't improve in your field or when you don't research or up your knowledge a bit, most of the things that you're going to say or you are going to tell them will be shallow.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be something that they've not heard before. Most people listen to critics because they want an external knowledge apart from what they know. So it is also a responsibility, as much as we want to correct them, also try to elevate in our field so we can help them improve if indeed that is what we intend to do.
Perfectly said. Let me go on to Abbas. Abbas would also respond to this. Whether really and truly we are overly negative with our commentary sometimes.
I'd like to start from where he stopped. For me, I'll say we are not overly negative. And I'll say that is her point of view. You see, and it's good. She said critics. There are some people, they are not critics. They are just your enemy. you walk into a studio and somebody say, "Mimpenase." At that point, the person is no more a critic. It's just your pure enemy.
But unfortunately, he was there in the name of a critic.
And so, the moment I see you, I just think you that we are no more saying anything to justify, because there are people that overly have put their issue in front of their table. It's either they say, "Men fanasem kram baminim." You get me? So that juncture, there's nothing you can discuss with that person. So that's what I mean. I always say, I've always been making my stance very clear. Say to anybody, because the knowledge I get, what I share with you, one way or the other, I use money to acquire it.
Yeah.
So if one way or the other, you don't feed me, you don't directly or indirectly, I don't benefit from you, I don't see why I should I should share my knowledge with you freely. So you see, at a particular point, when I want to share knowledge with somebody, I say, "Oh, then come back later for the rest." Because these are purely consulting jobs that we are doing for free for God and country and the one who owns the platform.
Sometimes the work we do online.
It's free consultancy. Yeah. And the other part where it says knowledge, you see, practical engagement literally in everything. Like the way you're saying, I'm plugging for sisters. They are Christians. The way they do their things, they are old and everything. I'm learning a whole lot from them. What they do in the past, how they do it, and how the Christendom do events. How do I've engaged from the face before? Now I want to engage from the back. So anytime you put me on this platform and we are talking about Christendom and Christian events and Christian marketing, I know information, correct knowledge of it, and I've run some before. So I can tell you, "Oh, I've run this before, I've done this before, and I've seen it." So I can be able to tell you, when you say a tour, I've taught confidently, I've taught Ghana before, I've taught West Africa before, so I can tell you what you need to do to move to one country to the other. So if you fall on my lap right now, take $1 billion and do a world tour, I can do it because I know who to reach out to, what to reach out to, who is my link here, who is my link there, so I can do it. That's quite knowledge. Now, I'm talking, you also notice the level of my arguments on which point I'm arguing.
Okay.
So that also determines, because there are also a category of people who I always call the opposites. No matter Semuni namu you good or bad. Semuni namu you bad or good. There are people like that.
He wants to go alone.
He wants to go alone. So those people normally I mark them down. So no matter what you say about my talent, my project, I've always marked you down that oh dear.
You can come negative any day.
Mr. Logic or Logic.
Mr. Logic, yeah.
Me, I've marked him down. He's a offside guy.
What do you mean?
There be money. Ball crown now the center who po crowd be fa no 12 so at the end of the day no ball no one team no money na go bo ahye nti e was on two ball no na fa po nesu.
Oh, that's how you see him.
That's how I see him. And I've watched him such. So if you sit down and he criticizes my artist, although I will listen to it, by my head is that guy. You get me?
Who play offside?
Who play offside, no matter what.
And over the bar.
And over the bar. And there are people like that.
Okay.
You get me? And there are people that I've met in the industry. I know that will weigh the umpire Sumasi. Sumasi ni Sumasi the umpire myself. So me yeah can't asem coming fan amasem enye de enkonyo. And there are people to when they want to criticize some people, when I'm there, they don't. Because so any panasem want to know me mekrem. So omunka won is abas we dia onya kan kojo kwabna asem ewo baby otie na ono de be yaw potopoto sisia, and that's it. But when somebody, and as she said, if you are a critic and you are on, because there's nobody, you tell the person the hard truth, that takes it, including me. This is how you have been doing in the industry. Maybe somebody has sat down to watch me on various platforms and say, this is how you are going and it's not good. I'll take offense to it.
Yeah.
But maybe after, yes, it's the truth probably. But after few reflection and all those things, then I'll say, hey, I am Paul or Kamasema, so I need to see how I will correct it and all those stuff. Because it's something that we also don't get often. We also don't review ourselves often. And there's nobody. Even the devil don't want to be called the devil.
Okay. Nana, come through. I'm sure now you can switch back into your first year
Yeah.
and talk about what you didn't talk about.
Before I come to that, with the ladies post, I am happy she admitted in the entire post that criticism is very, very essential in our space. So I think what she is trying to point out is the usual things that we are all aware of. I mean, the realities in our space. And they are very, very factual. They are factual in the sense that, yes, there are people who overly, put out negative comments to bring certain artists down. In fact, some of them crapple are on payrolls of other artists, so they feel like, yeah, since we are not eating from your end, then we have to give you stop time for you to hold the heat and all of that.
Yes. No, and that's about it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Also have that hope. Say, tomorrow they will even call them and sort them out.
Sort them out. Bye-bye.
So yes, there are people like that. There are agents like that. But you see, it is an error on the part of every beautiful talent who lose his or her cool because there are one or two agents to his career or her career, and then he will just bracket every music critic and say that because of the negative comments that comes, I'm not even going to regard you people or pay attention to your respect, whatever opinions you share, and take certain, knowledge from whatever consultations you are putting out. Because mostly when they do that, they include the positive critics with the negative ones.
Yeah. I remember like Derek Money's thing happened. Almost everybody was bashed, especially on this platform.
Yes.
This platform, in fact, we were described as a worthless platform.
Yes.
I meet somebody and they have a screenshot of that set and go like, are you not the one sitting here?
Yeah, so I think that point is also a fact.
So they include everybody. And if you do that, you lose the opportunity of taking time to grab knowledge from whatever the other positive ones are, because you are emotional at that point and you don't even feel like, okay, these people, let me not pay attention to them, but you might also be losing something. So for me, I think that there's a way to discover or find the positive critics and the negative ones or the agents. I call them agents. There are people who don't know anything, but they are very loud. Because sometimes when we sit on platforms like this, we also speak against even our own people. Or platforms that some of us sit on and all of that. That you say you don't have to be a producer, and because of trends, you just go and pick anybody who is just loud and can, boldly say certain things without being
factual,
having substance about whatever topics you are trying to put out and all of that. I mean, you should come with experts, people who know whatever things you want to discuss and all of that, people who have knowledge in it, so that they can come and share that knowledge for listeners and the subjects in those topics to also pick knowledge from it. That is all we are all trying to do. But there are some people who, for some reasons, some obvious reasons, have their own way of doing propaganda and all of that. But me, sometimes I get more worried about the artists, because you are the receiving and have to know how to deal with issues like that. That is also part of your growth as an artist. We can't take that thing away out. How you receive bad and good criticism is part of your growth. That is what we tell Nana Reagan Head. This artist has really matured. How you receive it, how you react to it, how you pick the positives, how you disregard the negatives. It will tell me, or any discerning person, that okay, this guy knows what he's about.
A listening person.
He's a listening person. He knows this is not right. He knows that is right. He knows that this person is giving, important information. That person doesn't know what he's talking about. Fact is that a lot of the artists, they know more than we know. Yes, many of our artists, they know more than we know. Just that for some reason, the other day I was telling you, when I remember Shatta, Wale came to call us plumbers and all. I was telling you that even Shatta himself is an expert of music. On a normal day, Shatta should have been here and not an arrogant. To engage Sammy, like there will be Shatta Wale here, there will be Sammy here, there is a certain Obra for it. We are talking music.
Because they have experience on
they are the experts.
Yeah.
I have just read White maybe as a journalist, and I have certain you understand, and also have experience with them, so I can also come and sit here and talk about whatever that they are doing. But like if we want to engage music, especially talk about music business and music production and all, there should be a certain hammer, there should be a certain. But those people, when you call them, are they ready to come and sit here and give such knowledge?
They are not.
They are not. They see the platform as I say. Them
said the same thing.
So I don't know, but when you and you see
this guy,
you see Jehovah Assembly or can say when we are looking for the right people and we don't get them, the second person to the right person will be used.
If the available is not the if the best is not available, the available becomes the best.
You understand? So if you the expert, you will not come and sit here and say whatever or talk about your music or even share your knowledge with your people, the close people that you work with, for them to come and sit here and talk about what you do. Then those who have knowledge on it can be called. And we won't get all of us being positive or perfect about what we do. That is a fact. But it is up to you to deal with whatever messages we are putting out. And don't be overreacting and being emotional about it. I say, when you position yourself like that, I get what we do, because at the end of the day, the person who loses is the artist.
Yeah.
It's the artist. So we better say, Bante and Sarkodie. And they say, one band for so say every musician beer is doing tono being so who wins? The artist win big. Yeah, you go as and home pro and I being person for so.
We will not be the top beneficiary.
No, not at all. But I said that because a mass space now looking like we are all achieved, we are all rich, we are all making it. So when people are sitting there and they are putting that, you see, people talk me. I've always said that a good critic, dear, one, or statist or criticize, so not so statist straight away with shots at you. Disregard the person. Every good critic starts with your positives, and then he narrow it down to your wrongs, and then he conclude with suggestions to or solutions to what can be done to get those things.
I think if there is one guy who really does that best, we will give it to another Samobedu.
You understand?
And so he will start, then he will say, however. The moment you hear the however,
and your answer coming.
Your mouth bridge and a pet.
What you say?
So however,
attack or wrong. So what you are not doing right, we want to point it out to you and suggest solutions to you. I'll bet me I hear one or two be a bit me and see, these are some of the things you the artist or the subject that people are talking about, you need to consider. And to almost okay, let me just disregard this person. This person is saying, so you have that motivation to still listen to critics instead of ignoring everybody and saying that, oh, say J Grammys, then I'm also BBC. Me, I was saying that I was bringing that argument because Sarkodie tenants. My pressure. Receiving those messages as pressure is a problem. Some people, when Roland was talking, he was saying that, oh, it is what Sarkodie is saying is true. You been Ghana ni media or China, Ghana ni media or Togo, we were ha. Massa. We were ha. If you are telling me, and I also feel it's a challenge for me to go to US and practice journalism or work as a journalist. It is so difficult for me as an individual. I'm having challenges to do that. As a baby, I also be born. Now maybe receive, to say treasure and our mommy. Like, when our mommy such advice, how would you feel? Unless, of course, you don't have any good intentions. And I won't have a problem with how I'm receiving that message. Some of us have problems with how some people like Sarkodie and the other artists come at, like, almost generalize it. Nobody is saying that all the media is doing is right. Nobody is saying that every music critic is getting this right or is doing it right. Nobody. In fact, some of us, we sit here every day and criticize critics. We call some of them out. Presenters, DJs, one for we bloggers, we bash. How many times haven't we sat here and talk about Zion Felix?
Yeah, for doing something wrong. Yeah.
How many times haven't we sat here and talk about even some of these YouTubers and other people? You understand? So that's what I mean. All I'm saying is that let's learn how to deal with our emotions when we are receiving criticisms. It's very, very important. Because if you are able to deal with it right, okay, challenge sometimes you don't even feel like listening to everybody. Yeah, emotional. Me at the point I didn't even want to follow blogs or anything because some of the headlines I was having problems with it. And to be said, I mean, we do our blogs who put on who said you and what's a headline. But me, I'm a trans and I said no. So yes, answer. There's a certain Ghana where there's a certain city newsroom who are also putting out
some positive stories. Yeah, you lose all of them.
Those things. So Sarkodie and his people are musicians. Every player in the industry should understand. Say criticisms never. While between as a defending person,
sort it
out. Who we are. There was a way, and yet that is when you can acknowledge
those who are doing it right.
And music critics who are doing this right in the industry.
And
just as when you do it right, you will come and comment.
In that sense, I'll comment somebody like Shatta. You know, there's been so many occasions he's called any of us out of comments that we've said or things that we've said that he's not happy with. And so sometimes you also go on his speech, and when somebody says something that he thinks okay, same way I remember there were some comments via Reagan make here. The first part of your submission, he didn't like it. But the end and how you concluded was where he thought, okay, I feel now walking, we're hitting the right on the head. So in that sense, he was like, Charlie, as this guy starts here, now I know they like what he talk. But as he finish, now I like him. So in that sense, I believe that it is true. They should be able to see whatever the person is saying and know that, okay, we are okay, we may and now we may going to
this person looks like an agent or something. Because I'm going to say, how many years in you feel like close your eyes and think about our industry? When did artists start doing all with their albums and other things? When did they start even going to other territory to start promotion? When did they even have that edge? Say, okay, we want to have certain plugs and certain corners to fill certain spaces to do certain shows. When?
Thanks to the industry once again.
You understand?
Yeah.
So some of these conversations, we cannot neglect them. They are very, very important. But it is up to you to be able to differentiate what is positive, what is not, because some of the positives will come. They say truth is better.
Yeah.
Of course.
And they cause a plumber.
Yeah, what I say, there are certain things when people are saying about you say, I don't know, so through some of the truth, it will come like a hash because one they are all singing praises to him. So you feel like I don't know why it is up to you to deal with your emotions and how you receive some of these things.
Well, thank you so much. Well espoused, and I want to believe that this is the kind of junction we have all come to. When the artist feels that the critic is against him, when the critic also feels that the artist is against him, until we all agree to come to that junction and look for a certain direction to go together, there will be that confusion anytime and anywhere. On this note, we move on to another thing that will mean we are about to also criticize someone. Feli Nuna has been talking. Feli Nuna, David Diva, has been talking. And once again, I know that this particular conversation started when her former boss, Phil's ODG of Off the Ground Records, went to an interview on 3 FM, on 3 Music, and it goes on like that. Interestingly, whilst he was there, he was asked about his artist, Feli Nuna, who had parted ways from his label Off the Ground Record. And he said that it is because the lady was not patient. We were waiting to build her up. We're waiting to build her catalog. We're waiting to do this and that for her. But unfortunately, because of her impatience, she decided to walk. That's at the time. I think somewhere maybe March or something like that. Felina did not say much. Now, I don't know who has triggered her to come out to speak the way she is talking. She has put out series of posts. We're going to read them one after the other. Then, as industry critics, as industry reviewers, you'll see how best we can handle this particular case. Now, let's move on. It says, in 2020, after being independent for almost 2 years, I was offered 2 record deals. One from an American record label based in New York for $135,000 plus incentives. And Off the Ground, that is ODG, for no money, but a good percentage of splits of revenue and masters. Listen, one was offering $135,000 and the other was offering no money plus incentives. The incentive could be cars, houses, or any other things. But the other one was also offering nothing, but a good percentage of splits and revenue as well as masters. Now she continues. I chose ODG, and this is where the money has a problem. I chose ODG because of my friendship with Fuse. His achievements as an artist. I chose ODG because of my friendship with Fuse. His achievements as an artist. Moreover, I was convinced by the songs we had started recording since 2019. Moreover, I was convinced by the songs we had started recording since 2019. I believed that with hard work and dedication, we were going to make way more than what was offered me in the US deal. I believe that with hard work and dedication, we were going to make way more than what was offered me in the US deal. Then she comes again to say this. I signed to Off the Ground record label in 2020 to build my brand and make money. Unfortunately, my full-time career was treated like a part-time hobby. Unfortunately, my full-time career was treated like a part-time hobby. No accountability, bare minimum effort. After several appeals, both personally and officially, nothing changed. After several appeals, both personally and officially, nothing changed. My 2-year contract with ODG ended in 2022. I refused to renew it because I was offered an unencouraging amount for the production and promotion of my incoming project, Big Girl Pants. My 2-year contract, I did sign a 2-year contract, with ODG ended, and in 2022, I refused to renew it because I was offered an unencouraging amount for the production and promotion of my incoming project, Big Girl Pants. It was defeatist to renew because the dedication and the efficiency the label was already showing me was minimal. They were giving me bare minimum. I worked too hard. I deserve more. And it says, I'm a Taurus. I'm loyal, highly ambitious, and I work very hard to protect my energy and peace of mind. If the energy isn't right, I'll remove myself in any situation. At this point, I believe Fuse ODG signed me to his label for hype, just for show. He wasn't ready to do the work. I really had high hopes. Fuse disappointed me, to be honest. Never confuse laziness, procrastination, negligence, incompetence, or inefficiency for patience. Never confuse laziness, procrastination, negligence, incompetence, or inefficiency for patience. God helps those who help themselves. Nuna has been talking. And I remember in this same studio, she was here while she was promoting her tarot song. At that time, the excitement, the energy for working with Fuse ODGs off the ground was top notch. Today, it is down. 3 years down the lane. Nana?
That's one.
It's not twice, right? Now, Asama Bani. Asama Bani.
Well, Nuna is a prospect. She's a very beautiful young songstress. I still think that she has a lot in her that she can give to the world when it comes to music.
Okay.
However,
I love that.
I think she's getting a lot of things wrong, and she needs to exercise patience to work. There are certain utterances she is putting out that I think it is. She thinks maybe she's dragging Fuse ODG or any of the people she has worked with for that matter, but I think she is doing more harm to herself than anybody. And it's about time somebody sits her down and speak some sense to her. Music, managing a female talent on any label is not a joke. It is not a joke that it is not a work that anybody can toy with. Now, if I don't know why they even signed him for 2 years in the first place.
Who signs for 2 years?
That is a problem for me. But for whatever reason, I wish at this point, Felina will not look for look forward to work with any other label, but be an independent artist for the next 2 years, and then let's see what happens. Or maybe let me suggest to her. I don't know if any of her relatives, it could be her parents, it could be her friends, boyfriend or anybody, if they have enough money. She is a cash cow. She didn't wait for any outsider, any third party to come and,
disturb her again.
You understand? Or put money into it. I remember Becca's case. That was one of the options the father gave. She was like, yes, she's on the label, but we don't like the label because how revenue comes in and goes out is a problem. So now the family has put together a budget. If she will leave the label and come, we'll give you the budget to go and work. And I think the family at this point can do same. At the end of the day, if Felina becomes a successful musician the way she wants it and achieves everything in music the way she wants it, the family will enjoy. The family will also enjoy the glory. So I want to suggest to her that at this point, she should sit with the family, the boyfriend, her best friends, and not work with any other person. Again. Or if she, Felina, has some capital or some money somewhere, she should go and take it and invest it in herself. I trust that the girl is a cash cow. She can make it in music. So she should go and take all the money. Or if the family has some gold or land, like family land, they can the odds. What are the odds? For
the odds?
For Ferina to over 10 points. Oh, not over.
After our town property, what are the odds? Okay.
During those days, if you want to travel, your family can sell family. And make you travel. So that you go and make
Baby, no,
down.
baby, no,
family.
Moto.
Perhaps more.
National brother is watching this. Put himself in your phone.
So I can sell it. But on a more serious note, I get worried when I see some of this. I've been seeing it on this platform for several times. When I see artists, especially when you've not become a household name yet, or you've not find your foot on the ground properly, and you're having issues with labels. Even what Fuse is doing, I mean, I will not even describe it as label or any like somebody, like when you are having issues with somebody who doesn't know you from anywhere and wants to help you build a career for yourself. You see all these people that are putting money in our space, some of them, brass and it is just for the love of the work. And nothing else. No, just this Easter. Just this Easter.
Yeah.
We were in water for, the chief that took us to go. She was, at the point, the funny thing, when we played the 3 places and went to the final, which is Hohoi, the final venue, the chief was sitting at the gate.
Taking money. I did it. I did it.
I have to sit here tonight. I'll be sitting here because what happened in Saga Kope, I'll not let it
Nina still.
So the point
I'm making, no one to take it living come. They will make you a kind of talents. Or no one to take it living come.
What I'm breaking with that is that you see, some of them they have their businesses that they can do and make a lot of money. And we at the space, we need these kind of people. A lot of them. We need plenty of them. So when we continue to fight them and then come to public and some confidential issues, we want to put it out and make these people look like they are evil. They have bad intention. So today, Nuna is trying to tell us that Fuse ODG within that 2-year space had bad intentions for her brand of music career. Is that what she's trying to tell us?
That is the implication.
And
it said it was a show off. She says it was a show off.
So Fuse in his right senses wants to do a show off. 1 2 susu ankoto Bugatti and Fama Benam N1 so. My girls and cast, hey, Charlie, one and a car, hey, now I'm to a car, so I'm Blana, so I'm got huge bass, and there might be more girls and women for bloggers, and man be one moment to chop, because I'm because one day, Yama bass, be more Abedu Ghana, yes, if you so did not conform and mongeneso. But or say, or per se on fat, now more than any energy, whatever, and the time, and share Felununa for 2 years. And you want to tell the whole world that such a person had no positive intention or good intentions for you. That's why I'm saying I'm sorry. I say I'm person me come managing artists because I have experience working with Rough Town Records.
Yes.
Now I know tika kakra. Now I can find girl there. Say the 2 year nkuru fine. Now I started the new Coco studio.
Don't tell man.
Don't tell them how she.
Oh yeah, nails man.
Me nails man. Me makeup. When you say girls, some of them, the least budget you spend on their makeup alone, just a hand hair, 800 Ghana cedis.
Oh yeah, me I know.
800 Ghana cedis. A week.
On those paper.
That's what you say.
Very
So they say a week within the week, so they pay 3-4 times. Just makeup alone, how much are you paying? The stylist and buy. Answer na studio. If you are for your production, 7,000 per song. Answer, yeah, they should she should just sit down. I don't know why artists keep repeating the same mistakes when they are parting ways with. So can't you just leave without shutting the door at your back? Go quietly because you say some may extend no contract. Also one year because one pointers be a emboa or carrier. Then tip one sign coffee na kwaye wejuma na kama no tumen. But you want to paint them evil. You want to make them look bad. Now, the loss is this. Feluna is not going to be the only artist or female artist that is going to suffer for what she is doing. And I am telling you, Papa Mama, maybe son and balance and call Fuse horse, oh, me by our talent. Person one man, putting me a grooming. Immediately now, Fuse I remember to see Feluna experience.
Yeah.
The pain, whatever response she will give to that woman, it will be born out of Feluna's pain and bitterness stuff for the man. It will take somebody with like a big heart.
Yeah. To forgo
Some of these. Yes. So me don't have a problem with her parting ways with Fuse ODG in the. My problem is the ranting she is ranting. It is going to go against her. Especially when on one Kasano, it is evident say she can't stand on her own. In fact, I know there are a lot of female artists who started as indie artists in more stories.
Yeah.
It is not easy to survive as a female talent as an indie artist in this industry unless you have certain hands
behind you.
And when you start breaking those hands, it will become more difficult for you. Unless of course one answer will nyama be waiting me feel say yeah challenge me see juma wait me I see am sparky jama wait me I see. So me I will advise on my first suggestion we are on can music business now. It is not ranting. It is not let me fight the person back. It is pure work and focus and the drive that you have for your own career. Alcohol first before they gave you the 2-year contract. You read it. What I don't know when it's the two say, okay, my first 2-year contract. I'm gonna say I'm gonna me record albums 3 na man recorded. Now I'm trying the entire few scars on record those album because in any contract where they state those things, they tell you when you have to produce those albums, when you need to start promotions and all of that. It's one thing I said, who do you go funny emotions because you also had your own expectation going there.
Yeah.
Okay, say only let's say $135,000 for Fuse ODG based on intro. It is not true. And they Nana come why. Nobody do that. Nobody will take that decision. He saw certain things, certain of maybe and yet cash Fuse a day man. But he saw say going to associate with Fuse, it will be much heavier than maybe taking the 135,000 at that time. And somebody who is even giving you a label, a fresh label, I won't produce a hit in your man. Oh yes, man. What's about? And what can I say? In your contract is a split revenue. Split, so that means 50-50.
Or maybe more for the artist. Or maybe.
You understand? So you think it is a joke, like for somebody to sit down and say, we will do split revenue. When on no start to be beer from the scratch for your brand. And neighbors, I mean, you have such a contract. You want to form more proper established label. So on future and do you but the car.
Yeah.
On the car that they have to work and pay. They are do shas and I say. You know be split revenue. When the revenue comes in, I say you bet 50 to say you more so then you know you think the 135,000 was so huge. Or you think it's an opportunity. I want to let it go and like what they job. The 135,000 is just 1.7 million there about Ghana cedis. Me catch a for you now. Last time
Project back of person.
already. The contract of 5 years. Only use 135. And no should be behind the carrier. Maybe everything within a couple.
Well, Nana,
Every money you know, 135. No. Oh, yeah.
Samara. Of course. Not that if you've not seen some money, some quotations will scare you. But if you've seen some money, you know that it's nothing to talk about. Well, Ambassador will continue from there. But one thing I also want to say is that, you see, sometimes I wish that when issues or when our relationship goes sour with some people, maybe we should all learn to keep the issues to ourselves. Because in this world, nobody wants to look bad. So the moment you go out there to speak ill of the next guy, he also come back and retaliate. All this while Feluna was quiet. She only said she had gone out of the deal because her contract has ended and that everything was fine. Until Fuse came out to say he was impatient. Because Fuse also wanted to look good.
Of course.
The moment you want to look good and paint the other guy bad,
they will come.
They will come. And that is the fear.
Of course.
Well, Abbas, From there.
God bless Mr. Forsen. God should bless him.
Great music.
For his vision, aspiration, and love. God bless Bamba C. Bamba Records. God bless him for his vision, mission, and intentions.
Okay.
And investments he has actually made in this music business. And others that I can't mention their names here. But in the future, probably I will seek their permission to mention their name. Feli Nuna is a friend. As a friend, she's a good girl. As a workaholic, she works hard.
Yeah.
As a terror, she's very loyal. And she makes sure the boss eat. So indeed. And if we have our policy now, we all will survive.
Of course.
I feel from engagement I've had with her so far, she's very patient. And she's a female. That nobody should take from her. Now, there are things that I always say to people. I wish I had privilege the time she's going to these things. I had been a friend then, or even if I was a friend, we were close then, I would have spoken to her. Within all this whatever period, I've not called her, I've not engaged her. When it dies off, I will talk to her. She'll be back. People will help her. She's going to succeed. Maybe this will lift her to be the best. And I suggest a couple of things which I will really elaborate to her and see how we could tap into that. But I would like to say these few things to all females, especially. First of all, need to understand. I've worked with a female artist, and I've got disappointments. I've made people invest money in female artists, and I can tell you sincerely, if I'm disappointed, they've actually lost investments. I've lost good of my life that I could actually spend on my own self. Even if I used it to go and chase my PhD or another master's, I could have been an investment to myself. Or I could actually invest it in my own things that I do, but I invested that life to somebody else. So all investment is proper. Now, to speak to every musician who is a female out there, first of all, don't have a boyfriend if you want to do this business. Yes, I'm telling you sincerely. There's a female artist that for a long time has been hitting on me. She has come to me directly. She has come to me indirectly. She has passed through people. And Miss Brasami, if I go with her, I'm going to benefit more. But I'm still stopping myself. I've asked one question. I've told her until I get a reply for that thing, she can't pass the second gate, no matter who they bring to me.
You want her to break up with her boyfriend?
She needs to go. And I've told her, even if she like the boyfriend should come to me, I'll tell him I will tell the boyfriend the reason why he needs to go. Two, the female artist need to position herself in mind that in this business, anything and everything will happen at any juncture, at any time. You are not immune to any. But you need to keep your self-respect and self-dignity to yourself and be on point with it. Because you see, if you're not self-love, self-aware of yourself, I've seen women that in the morning they were very all right. In the afternoon, they were left right. The state of the female is determined by another factor. And it doesn't allow you to be able to plan, to be able to make decisions, to be able to run.
I get that point.
But the way I manage talent, I manage you and manage whoever comes with you and all the baggages you have. Me, you can go and sit the gate. They are banging you in the nearby room and I'll be there as a manager. Not because of the one or you, but because I need to protect everything around you. Imagine how piano and you'll be kuno. No, be babekun. You are the bottled water. They can't kill you. I need to call my boys and we'll vanish you. If you come and not be I need to be there to save you. They monitor my artists, even the time they sleep, how they wake up, what they drink, what they eat, what they do, whatever. Because in my mindset, I understand it because I did talent marketing. And I did it from a product base. So every talent, your first of the things I protect is your voice. So I tell you, at this juncture, you can't use your voice to do this. At this, my female artist is menstruating. We are not doing any business.
Hey.
Yes, because Charlie, the way the emotion runs and the things runs, that's what I mean. I'm also advising the females, look, you need to know no matter what happens to you, your best option is to keep quiet. Not because you are less of a human being or because you are a woman, you need to keep quiet, but because of your own sanity, your own future. The reason why I'm saying this,
and look at where you find yourself.
Yes. The reason why I'm also saying this is that you see, internet of things, don't forget things. And one day, 10 years, 20 years, because every woman, I've ascertained it. Every woman, whether she say it or she doesn't say it, or she behave like she doesn't want it, want to give birth, want to have a replicate in life, either by adopting or by conceiving themselves, or somehow they want to have somebody they say, this is my protege. And one day when your protege look into your eyes and say, Miss Bell, what will you say? Will you be confident? Will you look down upon yourself? Will you regret? And I don't want to be part of your regret package. So I'm giving you free consultation. Listen carefully. For your future is in your own hands. But for a boyfriend, for an artist, is no. For your emotion runs constantly. So you see, in the 2 years, I tell you, only have 1 year. In the 2 years. So I tell myself, if I want to sign a female artist, I actually sign, the least I sign is 10 years. Because 5 of the years is wasted years. For all the things, not even preparation. Even in active business, imagine when the she and them are going on something serious, and tonight she's having menstrual cramps. You can't actually do anything. It's not that she doesn't want to do it. She want to do it, but by her nature, she can't. And you hold her leg and everything to go stand with him. So all your energy no put to me to you. There's a reason, and you need to block for that person. You can't go and tell everybody that this they're handling it. Because I mean, look, if they don't understand the boyfriend age, let me tell them. Just this small one. A boyfriend just calls somebody and tell the person, you are not looking beautiful. Like you say the party mood. Like I just watched your status. What did you post? Looking beautiful in it. I'm still stylist. I'm conform. We are like this, the brand we've picked and everything. We've agreed as a team. The partner posting. No, you don't look at the posting. Yeah, they're posting on their social media. And I'm posting on any partner share. You'll see. Please, take it. So I understand the person. So I made everybody was confused. I didn't happiness. My young person was from me. So no, I think I supported it. Wait, what's wrong with you? He's the one who has one. He said yes. Then I called the person. I follow him. I said the next time you're gonna do this thing, I'll show you my Zongo life. I will deal with you 120%. You have only one option. No to one. Leave her and let's do business. Read the heart now. Let her cry now. Let's do business. Or you meet me.
Well said. So why you suspect Felina's boyfriend might be distant?
Just one of the reasons. For example, those ODG is in UK. And I'm telling you, Claire, that one of the incentives is that she feel like she will be flowing into the UK, doing music, engaging in East clouds. Those are the things she's looking at. Where in your prophecy
to be playing in the list of
because I am Madame Fontis, there are certain things.
She was expecting to be
of. You see, the person also is taking you because it's not easy to open your plugs to people. And when you open it, you can't close it. Some of us have learned that hard way.
That is the point.
And but the boyfriend,
and they just want to relax and observe how you react or respond.
Who will sign you 2 years? Who want to do correct investments? 2 years is a testing time.
Well, Abbas, you've spoken really, really deep into this issue. I loved the submission really well. In fact, there is one thing we all have to know: to invest in show business, in any form of show business, including in what we are doing. You yourself, you have to be passionate first. If you are not passionate, you won't even start. You won't start. You should be passionate in the sense that even if the thing is not bringing you profit, because of your passion, you will still want to do it. And the people who invest in music, that's why most often when they start midway, they stop. Because they don't have that passion. You, the artist, will have the passion, but no, only the only But you, the artist, you can go and not make any money. I know some artists, they will buy their own clothes, buy their own food, go somewhere and perform, come empty-handed, and they are still satisfied.
Yes. There's that passion.
Because that is the passion that is doing the job. But the teacher on this come out because koto atare koto fu na kobra no. Oba you da hanom zan ti okoba
especially when Sammy, maybe or not Okodan or yes, our calculation we are, but he's seen other things like the way Uncle for bound one, how I don't know say if you are getting it. I don't want to go straight. Like Uncle for bound how their expectations from you, the brand, nipa need in the show money. I don't know teach now calculate that. So 100,000 in committee media task as well cancel out.
Let Roland come through.
All Nigeria artists, one of the things I liked about them, when him say artists go behind him so you could put them, that way we are seeing has actually come to me before and say Baba of the streets. That thing alone, the way I hold it.
Yeah.
That's I mean, when artists, Ghana artists, go blown through baby. That's on to me, Chiao perform, on to me, Mahu Feli. You know, that hype alone also give the person some leverage. Yeah, Nana Rega, on no salty bass, the artists. Maybe even Obeto credit for no salty, Obeto pap no salty. But Abbas who Nana Rega or Chani like just a common person, but the same artist who is a Nigerian. Only know one Obi Bayana. Like the people are giving the person hype. The person is giving the one who is doing the investment hype. So and also, yes, that emotional satisfaction, any money. And that does it for a lot of people and keep them going.
Wow. Yes, Ro, take over. Let's get your opinion. Feli Nuna versus Fuse ODG.
Rasan, this issue there, it is very sensitive. You know, I agree with you with what you said about the fact that if sometimes we all decide to keep quiet and try not to, yes, as hard as we may be right and we would want to save face, if sometimes we keep quiet, I believe lots of these conversations wouldn't come out. First of all, I won't fault Feli Nuna for ranting so much because her rant was triggered by a certain comment. And I did a story on this particular, how do we call it, matter.
Okay, the signing.
Yes, no. When Fuse ODG came to say Feli Nuna was impatient.
Yeah.
So personally, when I heard the comment, I was like, yo. So I decided, like when I watched the video, I decided to go through the comment section and just check. The bashment on Feli Nuna,
As the people were bashing her.
Tell you.
The one who was crying.
Tell you.
No mercy for the cripple.
Hey, the bashment on her, and initially she came to respond first that it is not because she was impatient, but it was because she wasn't satisfied with whatever was promised her. And when her contract was done, she had to end it. In that post that she made, that was the first post responding to the impatient thing. Go and see comments. Still shipping her. Pow, 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 pow. Because some people still thought maybe she's been ungrateful and all that. So that is how come she's ranting like that. So me, for her rant, I am not going to fault her.
Okay.
But then, out of pain sometimes, we would want to explain ourselves to the public for certain form of sympathy or understanding. And sometimes when we are not careful in that how do we call it, situation, we tend to give out more information, which some of them are even not necessary. Most of them are even not necessary at all. Because the issue of her bringing the record label from US that came to approach her, that is giving her $35,000 and all. And even with that, she still had to settle on Fuse ODG's record label. But I want Feli Nuna to understand that the fact that she chose Fuse ODG's record label over that $35,000 and $135,000 and incentives doesn't mean that she made a better decision, or doesn't mean that the $135,000 plus incentives was a bad deal, or was a better deal than Fuse ODG's deal. No. I say this, that on a negotiation table, you don't get what you deserve.
You get what you negotiate
You
for.
get what you negotiate for, or what you bargain for. You see the $135,000 that was coming with the incentives. She herself explained it, that Fuse ODG was giving her a better split revenue plus masters, which is the most important thing when it comes to music.
Forever and ever.
Exactly.
You're going to benefit from it forever.
Exactly. So for you to talk the $135,000 plus incentives means that you weren't comfortable with the split. Neither were you comfortable even with who is going to own the masters. So with you took the best decision available to you at that moment. So don't come and make it look as if you had a better offer, and out of relationship, that is why you chose Fuse ODG's label. No. It is because you wanted to make a very good business decision. That's why you chose it. Now, for the back and forth between them and all that, sometimes it is painful when some of these things happen, and we want some people to keep quiet and all that. Feli Nuna in herself thought she had certain form of leverage going on Fuse ODG's label, and that she was expecting certain things to be done for her. But I also want her to understand that she may think that she had lots of leverage going on the platform or going on that particular partnership, and was expecting her to be treated in a certain light. But the truth of the matter is, now she no rich like that.
Okay.
She probably might have seen herself as Nicki Minaj. She was expecting, say, okay, they will give her $1 million for the Big Pants project. But business-wise, Fuse ODG and his label were not seeing her as that Nicki Minaj to give her that $1 million. Because you are as good as your last job. And sometimes the leverage you have on going on certain tables will determine how they will even respond to you. So I guess for her to still continue ranting, just for future relationship and God's sake, she said whatever she had to say. In fact, I believe she said enough. She should just keep quiet, concentrate on her career, because I believe she has huge potential and she can still make it. In fact, Feli Nuna is gradually becoming a household name.
Oh yeah, for now.
Yes. And with little effort, she would be able to do it. But Ghanaian talent should also put it at the back of their mind that, Charlie, somebody taking out money to say, I am investing in you, is no joke. It's no joke.
It's a hard job.
It's a hard risk. And you see that person.
Something that when you're going to do. Those who know this business, let me ask something. Those who know this business, that's all. They know that when I call Sammy Flex as a talent and I want to sign contract with him and I want to do whatever, split, whatever thing, the money that I am going to invest is 99.9 lost to me.
Yeah.
All of them, they are aware.
Yeah.
All of them, they are aware. Unless those who are, they don't new and they don't know what the music is. Also know music business. When they are going to invest in it, they know that
From the beginning, yes.
From 90% of everything that I have.
It is no joke.
And then yet they will go ahead and take such decisions.
That is why they are very, those people are very scarce in our system. That is why when you pick 20 or 50 of our artists, it is just about two who have people who are even saying, oh, take 5,000, take 10,000 to support your music career. And even those people, they give it to them as if they are doing charity. Yes, they give it to them as if they are doing charity. They don't see any business prospects. So sometimes I wish said Feli Nuna. Yes, I know few ODG said she was impatient and she got pissed about it. I believe that whatever I really listened to few statements there, and I was just waiting for her. Like I will agree with Nana Reagan if he says that she should now be herself, try to do things on her own for the same 2 years that she spent with Fuse ODG. Let's see the outcome. Then we can conclude and say that, oh, we think you need a helping hand, or you should continue to do things by yourself until you get maybe a huge deal or a better deal before you go. Else, when some of these people come out to speak like this, they don't only kill, how do you call investor confidence on their side.
Yeah.
They kill with others as well.
It affects so many.
It affects so many people because ultimately, so be compare more baby. Rebecca say, oh, so what happens to the 2 years investment that Fuse ODG? And Feli Nuna cannot tell me that her being with Fuse ODG was black. No. Ofre Frata will call left, right, center. You know. Those things were very visible.
She was looking for more.
I'm
sure that is
one
the issue.
second. You see the impatience thing. You see, it is true. So let's speak to young artists who are now coming up or growing steadily. Let's talk to them. Do you know that sometimes you can see a talent, an up and coming talent, and they know certain names. They wish to be on certain brands or labels. The moment that door is open, they think like they have arrived. It is done. Once Sammy Flex has signed, and I have signed. So sometimes if you don't take care, you the investor, they will use their impatience to frustrate you. So they drive the way how you have plotted things, the way you want to go about it. It is not the same thing. They have expectations.
But I still want to believe that sometimes communication also does it. There are some people.
If you communicate, they don't listen. No, Sammy, I am telling you this. I'm telling you like an experience.
I know something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen. At that point, you are coming to talk. After no one sign, come over catch and say,
yeah, monitor.
They will not. And the difficult part of the female side is there's a third party who is giving some hype. Like we to be a shipra. Okay.
Well, let's look at the very last story, then we can run away from here. It is about a tweet I saw from Shatta Wale and post that someone also sent to me suggesting that the person thinks that approach was a low approach. Now I'm asking my people, because we are all dealing with artists one way or the other, is that approach a low approach? And what is right or what is wrong about it? Now, Richie, you can put what Shatta tweeted on the screen. Read it. He said, I need 10 wicked producers for my upcoming Afrobeat album. Interested producers should kindly contact me at shattamovement@yahoo.com. Let's do business. This is a great year, and he brought the tears. Someone thinks it is a low approach. Maybe Abbas, you can start this.
How does it become?
No, he thinks, you are big. You don't have to be coming out to look for producers. You should either be connected to them already, or you should have some of these things sorted out. If you come out looking for producers like this, like I say, oh no, be having a
no, yeah. And that's what makes him Shatta Wale. You crowd in a for sure beat. He's sending me email. So a Abbas Adani producer. you know, it can make me through this.
Yeah.
And that is what Shatta Wale want to do. Let's do business. That's even the part I like about it. On Kase Fabe Chebi, there's going to be royalty split. There's going to be things. So before the person who say coming on the low will realize through this, the person will know what producer. That if it wasn't Shatta Wale, you will never discover. Their boys who, I mean, this job that we do, you go to band on a big power, you meet some producer. You know what? You just need a favor. There's a producer I met at Dakuma. The guy just need one. And
another project.
A project. Akrano so osi aba so de brain artist me bo free me just split kura edi panu keke ni enim mi keke se me fasa de ni shewut kakra omo be wo de ji omo kakra sa na ka kire nya go so on papa pambreo nti say bibi say no me ka kire no apply na bom pa say nya kokon sata hwe email na ma ne bedroom media so obi on bi media o obi a no obi na tweet ni ton na sum na ye ni da because me see beat bi aye they said that money to assume the wo assume, then you know that is a good song. So for me, it is not low, it is good for everybody. Two, for me knowing Shatta Wale and how he does his thing with how he does it, you can't predict him. And he assumed, and you see, this thing is not even limited to Ghana. Now Shatta Wale know all the producers in the world. There should be some Costa Rican people who know Afrobeat. Who said it? Nigerians. The Nigerians are
a solid point. It's not limited to Ghana.
Nigerians that are 18 on Shatta Wale, they will send him beats. And Shatta will pick. So imagine in Shatta's mind, he want to do a world of Afrobeat from every point of view. Then an Indian producer beat engineer be ascending an Indian version of an Afrobeat. He gets 1 point something billion number of India in addition. He gets Costa Rica. He gets Saudi Arabia. He gets like across the world. So let's say he's speaking even 36 for an album. Most of them or the Danny hits. He says he's doing a world album. 100 song. He will get every country representing and bringing him a song from every angle with an Afrobeat of their own version. And that is who Shatta Wale is. And tell the person, you shouldn't look at it from a Ghanaian point of view, from their point of view. You should look at it with an open eye that Shatta Wale is an artist in the world. So first of all, he's throwing it to all engineers in the world. Second, Shatta Wale is unconventional person. He doesn't go with anybody's narrative. And you should know that Shatta Wale, they give birth to him every day. Every day Shatta Wale wake up is a new Shatta Wale. So don't assume him yesterday that Shatta Wale has shouted yesterday, so today he's on violence. No. Today may be a good day to do business with him. So they should keep that in mind.
Well, thank you. Ro.
I'm trying hard so that my words will not disrespect the person.
The person will be watching though.
Yeah, that's it. It is difficult.
Oh yes.
First of all, I would say that whoever thinks this is a bad approach doesn't know business. Like doesn't understand business. This for Shatta Wale to call for producers to send their beats because he's about to do an Afrobeat album. If the person thinks it is a no. How? I'm asking myself. Then he has no idea the kind of emails. For Shatta Wale to call this, go through his emails or go through Sarkodie, Stoneboy, and the likes. The kind of beats they receive every day. How many they receive in a day? It is not as if he doesn't get to or he's lacking. He's doing everything. Like he's getting it in abundance, in a tankers. For him to even do this, is to me, I am very happy because this is a good call for other people to also come and benefit. So if you think it's a no, then you want other people to starve. For somebody to do business with Shatta Wale, you know, so many people are of the view that when you send Shatta, Stone, and other guys, who send you beta, or some people even are looking for opportunities to connect with some of these people. And Obi The person doesn't know the process. To somebody, this is the first time they are seeing Shatta Wale's business email.
That's true.
To somebody, this is the first time. See, they've tried several people in order to get Shatta Wale to even listen to his beat keke. And he's not getting. He's not getting. This is an opportunity for somebody to come and do, somebody to come and shine. This is an opportunity for somebody to come and benefit.
So let me read what he said. I don't want to say it. He says, "See your artist, LOL. Before he go reach Stone's level, he go keep rough. Whilst his group of arts are paying huge sums of money to sound engineers, he's on Twitter. Hey, I can imagine your pain, bro. Sorry.
This is a clear mediocre thinking. So no, it's a
One brother.
this is a
I
clear,
know you watch and laugh.
this is a clear mediocre.
His group of ads are paying huge sums of money to sound engineers. He's on Twitter. Hey.
That's what I mean. This is a clear mediocre way of thinking. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
When you even check on Stone Boy's recent project that he's about to release,
Mm-hmm.
there's a certain producer who is not known, like is not popular.
Mm-hmm.
And let's ask ourselves, say, how did Stone Boy get hold of that particular producer? It is out of this same process. The only difference is that he did not come to put it on social media. It doesn't mean so for our top act to give people opportunity for them to also come and shine, to say, oh, it is mediocre of them. Like it is and you know in in our current music space, it is music business is not only about do this for me, let me pay you.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I mean. The future, see, now music business has moved from playing beats for me, let me pay you upfront and let's go. It has now gotten to the moment you do it or we do something, you are chopping for the rest of your life. And this is an opportunity for people to come and chop for the rest of their lives. So if you come and say, oh, Wild Stone and other people, and what is even his fact? Where is his checks to stamp that the likes of Stone, Sack, and all that paying for beats? No, where is his data? Where is his data? Like where in fact, yeah, we nyam komo sebi ye. Like this is huge. This is a huge artist. So for Burna Boy to come and say, oh, Black Sheriff, I want to do this with Black Sheriff means that Burna Boy is a mediocre of an artist. Or for Stormzy to come and say, "Mene ya talk be Juma," Stormzy a mediocre artist. Oh, come on.
Well, Nana Reagan will speak finally on this, and we can wrap up for the day.
Okay, so finally, I think reading whatever the person sent to you, I want to believe it was born out of joke. So the person is just joking. But if he really meant business, then he's also lacking some understanding in the business space. Because if it is business Shatta Wale is trying to do, I think Shatta Wale is he's not ignorant about the fact that there are certain important or good producers that he can contact. He is just exploring in the sense that now, because he has put out his official email, somebody in France can contact him. Somebody in Belgium can contact him. Somebody
even in other businesses.
Yeah, you understand. And everywhere can contact him. So it would not be limited to just Ghana or Nigeria, just as Abbas made a point. So the person should have, thought of all these reasons before trying to ridicule the whole approach. Like, I don't know why some people can answer or have such views when people make such public statement like individual artists and all of that. But if a company comes to put out, I need a graphic designer. That one they are
It's
okay.
fine. Yeah.
Like
I
what
like
kind
this
of
one.
thinking is that?
I like this one.
What kind of thinking? Because Shatta Wale is a company. There can be vacancies in his
office. On
So
his administration.
he can put out. He may know certain people, but maybe because of their work attitude, he doesn't want to give them whatever businesses he wants to put. So he can also open it up for other people to also come. And don't forget, Ghana, we are fan of doing some of these things. When there's one producer, everybody he will play. So sometimes you see that in about 10 songs you find similarities in the production and all of that. So sometimes let's Charlie art there is big. Charlie explore, open it up to everybody, every corner, every quarter. Let somebody, especially when it comes to production, it will shock you that yes, we have good names like Emoji, all the producers in the song, all of them. But there's a certain small boy at Agogo. The kind of beat he will play for you, and the kind of mixing he will do. It is just because he has not getting that breakthrough or opportunity. It will take
identify
one person
to
put him out there. And this is how it comes. This is that Shatta Wale has put there. I am telling you that now a lot of people are going to, and Shatta, if he wants to do, will announce one producer that I am telling you in the next coming 2025 going, a lot of our musicians will go to that person for productions. So that is how we should be discovering people. We should be able to be discovering and not be working with one same face. It happens in our movies. Everything we do. So, like, we should adapt some of these strategies and work with it. It will help. It will expand. It will reduce unemployment. Because now, if Shatta wants to be working with the so-called known producers that the person is just imagining that, Shatta can go and pay this person huge sums of money. And who said it is because of the charges? That's why Shatta Wale is putting this out. Or that's not what he meant by the point he said.
Yeah, that's what it's like he wants it cheap.
He wants it cheap. And doesn't he know that somebody can send a beat through this email and he will charge more than the producers, I mean, people shouldn't be quick to make some of this.
Well, to my best friend, over to you, Joe Latte. Unfortunately, I'll handle it some other time in a different corner. But this is for you to enjoy as well. It is for you. My people have given you something that you can think about. Thank you to my friend in the UK. Over to you, Joe Latte. Thanks to Nana Reagan for coming through. Thanks to Abbas Muiz. Thanks to Roland Amate. Thanks to Digital Rasta Currency, Richie Flex. And to you for spending quality time to watch us. We really appreciate your time here. And until then, let me also say that be a part of this particular platform. Subscribe to us because this is Real Talk, the best online discussion platform that you can ever get in Ghana. There is none like this. My name is Sammy Flex. I'll see you in our next video. We're out of here.